Hello guys, setosorcerer here again, and welcome to the Hardcore Enderdragon Mod. Now this mod's very huge compared to the one I reviewed about a year ago. So that being said, I'm going to be dividing this episode into two parts. The first part is going to be primarily focusing on the new blocks, new items, new features, and all that fun stuff, while the second part is going to be primarily focusing on the Enderdragon himself with the new attacks and a new mob in the end. Now this Hardcore Enderdragon mod is actually created by Chylex. A lot of you know him from the mini-mod series, and he has really outdone himself in this mod. Basically, he took the time to add extra features to the Hardcore Enderdragon. So it's not just, just the fight itself, but it's the rewards that you want to download this mod for, which I highly advise doing because this mod is actually pretty fun. So I'm going to try my best to keep this as short as possible because there's a lot of things to cover in terms of, new features, and I don't want this video to drag on too long. So I'm going to try my best to keep it as short as possible. So let's begin here by showing you guys the new blocks. So the first one here is called the End Powder Ore, and the second one is called the Igneous Rock. Now the End Powder Ore, when mined, allows you to get either 1 to 4 End Powder. Think of it as like a redstone ore. Now the Igneous Rock here has some interesting effects. Now for the first effect, not only does it cook food, I believe 40, I think it uses 40 cooks per rock, but it also has some interesting effects when it comes to either water, sand, etc. So I'm going to put myself in survival here, but if you have it in your inventory or primarily in your hand, there's a high chance you will be set on fire. Now the way to avoid this is just to use a silk touch pickaxe to get the igneous rock, move it to wherever you want, because the igneous rock itself does not burn, but the igneous rock does. I meant to say the ore doesn't burn, but the rock does. But the reason why you want to get this little guy, not only for the smelting power, but it also has some interesting properties when tossed either in water. So as you, if you see right there, it has some bubbles. While in water, it has a chance of making the surrounding area into cobble or stone, which as you see right there, there's already a cobblestone. Oh, there's another one right here. Also to prove that the igneous rock ore does not have that same property. I don't have sand next to me, but I'm going to quickly go over here, just toss on the floor. It has the property of making sand into glass, so similar to the molten glass mini mod from the mini mod series. Also, if it's on grass, it starts fire, and pretty much all that other fun stuff. Basically, it also can't burn while doing it. Oh, there we go. Finally, glass. Now, it's just a fun way of having a secondary effect when it comes to these rocks. So let me put that away before I start burning. Now the other cool feature is that we have a lot of different variant forms of obsidian. Now the first one we have here is stairs, which, oh my god, look at that. Looks amazing. Delete all that. And the second one we have here is just called obsidian. Now you're probably wondering, wait a minute, why is this special? This is why. It's basically falling sand entities. I could just do this and they fall down. Now the reason why this is here is because in the end, all the obsidian pillars have been changed to this version. So this means when the Hardcore Enderdragon literally rams it, it spreads the obsidian like sand, and it can either block your path, hurt you, etc. So the other one we have here is just called smooth obsidian, then chiseled, and then pillared. So the pillar is similar to the quartz. You could just rotate it whichever way you want. So for the next blocks, I need to show it at nighttime. So here, let me remove this. And I believe no igneous rock, stop it. No, igneous rock, stop it. There we go. Okay. So I already placed him here. This right here is called glowing obsidian, which has the same properties of glowstone. If I block it off, as you can see, from dark to light, and the same thing goes with the pillar one. And then, did I just punch the Squidward from over here? Peaceful, there we go. And of course the other one I believe is chiseled. So basically there's glowing, pillar, chiseled, and just regular. So the next one, the next item I guess I should show is called the Adventure Diary. Now there's a reason why we have this Squidward over here, is because throughout the world you are given diaries in random chests, either in strongholds, abandoned mine shafts, and villages, etc. And what these pages do, and I also wanted to give a huge shout out to Podcrash, for helping make this part of the mini mod, or part of the Hardcore Enderdragon mod, I'm sorry. So throughout your adventure, you're going to be finding diaries in these chests, and basically when you right click them, also I want to point out that in this mod, there's a lot of new achievements. So there are 16 pages, and after you collect all 16 pages, you learn the secrets of how to kill the Ender Dragon, how to get the Ender Dragon egg, and all that fun stuff. So it's basically a lore on an adventurer that pretty much, whose fate was sealed by the Ender Dragon. So if you want to, you can either go through all the chests, or if you're lucky enough and you find a villager, I want to point out a librarian, there's also a chance you could just buy him from him. So here I have 4 emeralds. I could buy diaries, but just for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do that. Oops, I just got empty maps. I meant to get the diaries, and every single time you get a new one, it just adds to the page. So right there, Adventure Diary page 1, page 2, and it just goes all the way to page 16. So that's pretty much on that part. Now the next cool part of this mod is actually called an essence altar. Now to make an essence altar, all you have to do is have ender pearls like this, book in the center, gold ingots gold nuggets on the corners, blaze powder on the corners, and then you just want a regular enchantment table. Now you're looking at this saying, wait a minute, what's with this little smudge? What is this? Now in this version of the Hardcore Enderdragon, not only do you get a crap ton of XP when you kill it, but you also get a new item called the Dragon Essence. Dragon Essence. I guarantee it's not like a perfume. But anyway, so let's go over here and right click it. So every single time you right click it, well, I'm in creative, I should really go to survival to demonstrate this more. When you right click it, it will constantly feed it into the altar, even if you're using it at a different slot. So I have one here, keep on right clicking, it will just feed to the next one. But the cool part is if you shift click and you right click, it adds a lot of them. Oh, igneous rock, no, get out of my face. Oh my god. Just right click it and it feeds it feeds it into the altar. I'm sorry. So we have 201 I guess dragon essence in here. Now dragon essence could be used for a few things. One, all these items here basically transconfigured into a different item. So for example, if I get glass bottles here, right click them, it would drain some of the essence, but as you see, I have bottle O enchanting. Bam! So let me put that back over here. Brewing stands, honestly one of the best features of this. When you right click it, you get the enhanced brewery, as you see over there in the little achievement. It's right here, the enhanced brewery, which I'm going to be getting to in just a bit. But the other items here are pretty self-explanatory. When you use the zombie flesh, you get a zombie mob egg. So you can basically spawn whatever you want. And it just pretty much corresponds with the mob drop. So skeletons here, spiders, blaze, all that fun stuff. So the ones I find useful, real fast I want to point out that nether warts and water vials are the exact same thing. Use nether warts to get a witch, and water bottle to also get a witch egg. Put those back. And the other one I find useful, definitely mushrooms. It has to be mushrooms, one of the best ones. You don't even have to go to the mushroom biome to get them. And of course the last one is the villager. Get the emeralds and just right click, and then you have your own villager to put wherever you want. So let me just put that there, and we're done with this thingy. Also, I don't have any, I think I do have one. Here's a used thing. If you put a used item into it, it uses some dragon essence to repair it. Similar to an anvil, you're not really using XP, but you're using the dragon essence, which depending on what type of material you're using, would drain X amount of dragon essence. Since this thing was barely degraded, it only drained 1. So the next thing I want to show is the brewing stand. Now the brewing stand is called the enhanced brewing stand for a reason, because not only well, actually, there's only one main feature, and that is adding the end powder here to your normal ingredients. It only works with the first level of tier, so you can't really use like instant health 2, speed effect 2, or I think the last one was slowness 2. I forgot. I'm just a poison 2. So in order for this to work, you have to use the lowest tier. So let me just make a regeneration potion here, pop it in here, and not only will it have to wait a few seconds for this to work, it will upgrade it to regen 2, and it'll start using the end powder here. As you see, there's going to be using 4 for the next one. Once it goes here, you'll see why this brewing stand is useful. There we go. Now it's going to be using 6, and we're on regeneration 6. So this is pretty useful to have very high tier regeneration or high tier potions in general that you can currently get in vanilla Minecraft, and it goes all the way to level 4. I believe all the potions do this, and I'm going to be showing some examples here. So let me deposit this. There we go. Here we go. Speed 4. So speed 4 in vanilla Minecraft, many of you know that you can use hacks for this, but to have a speed 4 effect in vanilla Minecraft, well, not really vanilla Minecraft because technically you are using a mod, but you get the idea. Just having that ability to make this is pretty useful, definitely when it comes to fighting the Ender Dragon again. And when I mean again, you'll find out what I mean towards the end of this video. So that's that. Let me load the other one. Instant 4, which I'm going to be showing you guys the Ender Pearl feature. So Ender Pearls also have a very cool update. Now each one of these little things have an extra feature to Ender Pearls. So of course many of you know Ender Pearls, when you toss it, that's pretty much all it does, it just teleports. But this mod allows you to add extra features. So for example, let me get the lead, let me just get all of it. And also, in order for this to work, you also have to have end powder. So all you have to do is place the ender powder here, place the ender pearl, and then just place the secondary ingredient, similar to, I believe, was a fireworks. So lead allows you to ride the ender pearl. I'm pretty sure you can't really stack them until you combine at least one of them. So we have the ender pearl riding, and I do want to point out that they will stack as long as you have this type of ender pearl, not this one. So let me put another ingredient here, and the gunpowder gives you explosive. And then let me try the next one, which is, actually wheat didn't work. Why was wheat there? Double speed for a gold ingot, put that there, and wool allows you to have no fall damage. And the last one, feather, there's two more, feather, no gravity, which allows it just to stay in the air for pretty much forever. And the last one is snowball, which gives a freeze effect to anything that touches it within the crash radius. So without killing myself with all of it combined, I'm going to show you guys. I think the riding one seems pretty cool. I personally love this one. It's one of my favorite ones. So riding, let me go to creative so this will work. So how this works is, if I go to F5, you can basically ride the Ender Pearl where it lands or where it goes, which is pretty awesome. This is, I believe, one of the mini mod suggestions someone suggested, but we decided, Chylex decided, no, we should just do this for the mini mod, or the Hardcore Enderdragon Mod. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's other features. Fine, I'll do this one, the exploding one. Explosive, freezing. You can just have too much fun with this. Slowness also. Basically the freeze effect. So yeah, explore it, try it out, have fun with it. Not going to go into the nitty gritty, but just download the mod, try it for yourself, explore with all the new features. So the next feature we have here is called the Transference Gem. Now this is a cool little feature because, oh yeah, I want to point out that this item is only given to the mini boss in the end, which I'm going to get to in part 2. But how this gem works is when you right click any type of block, I'm just going to use this lapis for demonstration. Doesn't have to be lapis, I'm just doing it so it could stand out easier. So you just right click the gem on any block, and then you have this little portal effect. Now when you right click it anywhere, you teleport back to that one block. And if you look very carefully, I have used a little bit of durability. Now the whole point of this is just in case you're falling down into the end, or somewhere high, and then you right click back, you could have a very safe journey back to this one little block here. So if you want to go X amount of blocks over here, go very far from it, and then hey, I want to go home, so right click, you go right back here. Now this gem here has some side effects, which I'm going to go to real fast. I'm just going to right click like crazy because every time you use this, a little bit of durability goes away, but the lower the durability, a higher chance of negative effects. So right there I had, I believe, one negative effect. There we go. One of them was slowness. The other one was it teleported me in a random location. So the lower your durability on this item, the higher chance of having negative effects. So I'm just going to constantly right click this, teleport in some random locations. Hunger, slowness, weakness, all that fun stuff. And in some cases you can actually start storms, which is pretty hilarious. Nausea, oh god. Now, in order to recharge this gem, you just basically have to stay in the end, do some, I guess, stuff. Just over time, it will recharge. So if you don't want to wait that, you could just go kill another boss. It's not that hard to get. But along with that, here, let me just drink milk. Actually, not really. So besides that, you can actually combine them into other materials, such as item frames to make a touch feature, instant health 4, which I apparently don't have here. I'm going to put this here, to make a heal gem. And if you put any mob egg here, you can have a mob teleportation. So let me just put this here, here, and here. Time day. And let me show you guys what exactly these new features do and why they're kind of worth it. So the item frame here, if I put the item frame here, place the gem that was right. Oh, actually, I need to set this location first. Let's set this location right about here, because you have to include the touch. If you don't include touch, it doesn't work for anything. So place the item frame here, place it here. So when you right click the frame, it teleports. So it's a cool way of, I believe it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does lose some durability. But if you want to, you know, have it for your, I guess, for your friends to right click it too, because this mod works on multiplayer, because this mod is Forge, or runs on Forge, I meant to say. You can right click the frame and it would teleport every person that touches it to that location. And the other feature here, heal, I think the best example is just to damage myself for a bit. When right clicked, mini mod, yeah, mini mod. I didn't even, crap. let me reset this. Right click. Easy. Should really remember to right click that thing. Fall down. Right click. You start regenerating some HP. So it's a cool little way of, you know, going back to your house, healing up a little bit. And if you really need to, right click again, and then you can start healing again. And of course, the last one here is the mob, which if I just go get a cow, right click. Okay, let's just go spawn a cow over here. Right click the gem on the cow. Whoopsie. I mean, shift click, right click the cow. It teleports the cow to that location, or any mob, for instance. And that's pretty much it on that part. I believe the last feature is actually in the end. So let's go over there real fast. Now, like I said, I'm not going to show the Hardcore Enderdragon himself in this episode. It's primarily going to be the new feature. So, first of all, the Hardcore Enderdragon mod, Baby Enderdragon. That's because I'm in creative mode, it gives me a warning. But since I'm using, you know, a super command here, I'm just going to kill it real fast. So when the Hardcore Enderdragon mod dies, which I'll show you guys the other features in the other episode, he drops Dragon Essence, as you see here, plus XP, plus a Dragon Egg. Now I'm not showing how to get, I'm not going to show how do you get the Dragon Egg in this mod, because it changes, it's different compared to vanilla, I will say that. But let's just go over here, and the first thing you could notice is that there's a lot of new platforms compared to the main Ender Island. Now, a lot of these islands contain the Death Flower, which I still haven't really figured out why Chylex wanted this, but he says, just in case you want to make an Ender farm outside of the end, you know, you place it. Basically, the Death Flower, when placed outside the end, will spawn angry Endermen, which will not, you know, calm when it comes to water. They're highly aggressive, and they wreck you pretty hard. But the cool part about that is that if you place them in a contained area, you could make an Enderman farm outside the end, which I believe in one. Yeah, these are also angry Endermen right here. Now this right here is a little tower, which I'm not going to get into right in this episode, but wow, this looks a little messed up. But at the very top there's a boss here, but in here there's a lot of new items. You can have invisible Enderman, which is pretty crazy. Brewing stands, a lot of nice items to loot. And once you get to the top, there's a new boss right here, which I'm going to show in the second part. But enough of that, I'm going to show you guys the last and final feature which I could think of. So let me quickly get out of here. Let me just go back into the overworld. Let me show you guys the Death Flower real fast. Death Flower. I can't place it. I need dirt. There we go. So, nighttime, survival mode. Enderman should be spawning the closer you get to it. Now I'm not going to wait, I believe 30 minutes for it to die. Supposedly when it dies you get an achievement, and also it makes a bunch of cobwebs, a bunch of dead looking items, and as you see, angry Enderman. Enderman is angry, and even in water this thing doesn't stop. This thing is constantly angry. But yeah, that's pretty much on that. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the last feature I do want to show before I end off this video is the reincarnation of the Ender Dragon. Now assuming you get the Ender Dragon egg, and in chests throughout the world you can get an item called the Temple Collar. Now if I go back to the end, let me go back into survival, and while you're in the end you right click the Temple Collar with the dragon egg in your inventory, and then you're teleported to the shrine. Now personally, before we go any further, I highly advise mining the hell out of this area. It's kind of a flaw in Chylex's part, but I said, you know what, people could just easily mine this stuff. It's pretty awesome. You get free quartz. Who doesn't like free quartz? Mine all the stuff here. Mine free glowstone. Get everything pretty much. I believe this is carpet. Can't break it. But basically, once you get here, all you have to do is place the Ender Dragon egg here, and it will start rising. And then the end will basically reset itself into a point where you can actually kill the Ender Dragon again. This is kind of the reason why you want the end flower to be used, because if you want to kill the Ender Dragon again, it pretty much will delete the current end, and then you just have to you know, pretty much everything, you know, is back to normal, and then you could go kill the Ender Dragon once again. And if I go back over here, the Ender Dragon is back. So that's pretty much it with this mod review. I believe I've been at this for like 15 minutes or something. It's a very, very lengthy mod, a lot of new features. But like I said, I'm going to cover all the baby Ender Dragon. I'm going to cover all the Ender Dragon features in the next episode. So stay tuned for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this mod review. Let's aim for 3,000 likes. I know we can do it. But yeah, leave a like down below. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button for daily Minecraft videos and more mod reviews in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and other than that, talk to you guys later. Goodbye.